This is problem number 87 of the 2012 AP Calculus exam. The graph of f double prime, the second derivative of f, is shown above for x greater than or equal to -2, but less than or equal to 4. What are all intervals on which the graph of the function f is concave down? So again, this is the function of the second derivative that's shown. And when I think about the second derivative in concavity, if I have the second derivative and it's less than 0, it's concave down. If I have the second derivative of the function greater than 0, then it's concave up. And since my graph is the graph of f double prime, the second derivative, I'm just looking at, is this function above or below the x-axis? And in this case, we want it concave down, so we're looking at everything that is below the x-axis, and that would be this part. So we want the notation, and normally I write in my class the interval notation, but here we don't have interval notation given, we're just given the normal notation. And so here's the other thing I need to think about. When we talk about concavity, we don't include the endpoints, if you will, or the values of the -2 and the -1. If we're talking about increasing and decreasing, we include the values at the end, or at the endpoints, but on concavity, we do not. So let's go ahead and look. We're going from, here's my interval for my values of x. X are values that are between -2 and 4. And I notice it's below the axis from -2 to -1. So I'm going to have in interval notation -2 to -1. And I'll also have from 1 to 3. That's where it's below the x-axis. But that's not the notation that we're given here. But we want to find one that matches this notation. And so from -2 to -1, and from 1 to 3 is our answer. And that's letter E, answer choice E.